Hello friends, again warm welcome. Today we are going to discuss fish diseases, its introduction, cause of fish diseases and the development of fish diseases. What is fish disease? The causes of fish diseases and development of fish diseases. We will see here. In traditional aquaculture, there is no intensification of the stocking density and the farmers rely on the natural seed as well as natural food, and the production from the traditional aquaculture is very less. But from 1980, the farmers are doing commercial aquaculture, fish farming, by intensifying the stocking density as well as by use of the artificial seed as well as artificial feed and other chemicals. They are using antibiotics are using, and the fish production is increasing. The ultimate aim of the aquaculture is to boost the production per unit area. So there is a new technology as well as adaptation are occurred. There is hatchery available, seeds are also available. So the production per unit area has increased due to this aquaculture technique, and the main goal of the aquaculture is to enhance the production per unit area by intensifying the stocking density. They have to stock more number of these fish seed per unit area. Also give a supplementary feeding, that is artificial feeds are provided to the fishes, as well as some chemicals and antibiotics are used to the health of the fishes. But this intensification in terms of the stocking density as well as the use of the high use of the artificial fish and chemicals, which leads to the stress on the fishes. This crowding condition leads to the stress on the fishes, and the fish become more susceptible for the disease condition. In 1986, there is one situation occurred due to the pandemic situation occurred, like we are now facing the pandemic situation due to the coronavirus, COVID-19 virus, and all world is suffering from this pandemic COVID disease. And like that, the fish in 1986, the fishes from the freshwater as well as the brackish water, which is got heavy losses due to this pandemic epizootic ulcerative syndrome, that is EUS disease, is occurred in 1986 in India, and which is responsible for the heavy losses in the aquaculture, mostly in freshwater as well as in brackish water. Such a pandemic situation occurred at that time also on the fishes. The Andhra Pradesh is a leading state which is go for the carp culture as well as other catfishes and freshwater prawn farming also, followed by the Punjab, Karnataka, West Bengal, Orissa and Maharashtra also doing commercial culture of these carp fishes and other fishes, also prawns. These commercial cultures leads to the stress on the body of the fishes, which leads to the disease. First, we will see what is the disease. This disease causes heavy losses in the culture system, aquaculture system, and the aquaculture system may be collapsed due to the disease. Profit from the per unit area is decreased due to the disease, as the disease may cause heavy losses of the disease and the farm will be entirely shut down. So we have to take care while preventing or while curing the disease. As we know, the disease may cause severe losses in aquaculture as well as the fish farming system, may be due to the reduced fish growth and production of the particular culture species. The increased feeding cost due to the loss of the appetite by the fish and there is a wastage of the uneaten feed. The feed may be waste due to the appetite of the fish in disease condition is reduced and fish cannot able to take the feed. That's why the more expenditure will be goes on the feed, increased vulnerability to the predation. The diseased fish is more susceptible to vulnerable for predation by the other predators, as its activity is sluggish down, it's not proper, and that's why it is more susceptible or vulnerable to the predators. The predators can catch and the fish will be lost his life. In disease condition which increases the susceptibility to lower quality water quality also. If the water quality is lower or bad water quality is present, and if the disease trace on the fish also may go for the death of the fishes. That's why the water quality, low water quality or unfavorable water quality, it severely affects on the disease species instead of the normal fishes. That's the meaning is, if the trace on the fishes and the water quality is reverse or bad conditions, and then it will be affect more intensively on the fishes, so the fish cannot grow, cannot reproduce, or it may be lost, and heavy losses occur in the aquaculture system. Finally, due to the disease, the fish may be die or dead. Heavy losses of the all cultures organism in a pond may be occur due to these diseases. That is, ultimately this disease lead to the death of the fish. So we have to take care about the diseases. So our fish crop will be survive and give a good yield. Now we will see disease. Disease is any harmful deviation or situation from the normal condition or normal structure or functional state of an organism, generally which is associated with a certain signs and symptoms. That is, the disease is nothing but the abnormal changes in a structure, function, or a behavior of the fishes from normal behavior is called as a disease. Thus, the disease is any harmful deviation from a normal structural or functional state of organism which is associated with certain signs of symptoms and signs. These are called diseases. Diseases are of two types. There are two types of diseases broadly categorized on their infections caused to organism. That are the infectious fish diseases and non-infectious fish diseases. First one is infectious fish diseases. Infectious diseases are broadly categorized as a parasitic, bacterial, viral or fungal diseases. That is, the organism, any pathogens or any harmful bacteria, virus, fungi which affect the fishes. Here are some pathogens and other external parasites are responsible for the diseases. That is called as infectious diseases. Mostly the parasitic diseases, bacterial diseases, viral diseases and fungal diseases are come under this infectious diseases. Infectious diseases are contagious diseases. They spread from one pond to other pond, one fish from the other fish. That's why we have to take more care in this infectious diseases, that the infection should not spread all over the pond our side from one pond to another pond also. So the infectious diseases are most harmful diseases in which cause really heavy losses in the farming system or in the aquaculture system. Second one is non-infectious diseases. Non-infectious diseases can be broadly categorized as environmental diseases or nutritional diseases or genetic diseases. The diseases which is induced due to the responsible due to the lack of the nutrition, any element or trace element which is lacking in nutrition, that lead that disease lead to these called as nutritional diseases. Some environmental parameters sometimes not favorable for the fish cultures, and some that parameters which lead to the disease condition in the fishes, that is called as environmental leading diseases or environmental diseases which are non-infectious diseases. And third one is genetic diseases, which is come from the genetic disorder by the fish itself, by its parents, or any during the mutation or any genetic recombination, that diseases occur, that is called as a genetic diseases, which is also come under the non-infectious diseases. In aquaculture, to avoid diseases is not possible. To avoid complete disease free pond or culture system, it is not possible, but it is better to try to prevent their occurrence rather than the cure. It is said that the prevention is better than the cure. So we have to prevent the diseases instead of curing or treating the diseases. That is the main aspect. It is better to try to prevent diseases occurrence rather than the cure. These are the conditions. Now we will see what is pathology. Pathology of diseases is nothing but the study of diseases is called as a pathology. Pathology is a study of diseases is called as a pathology. It is a branch of science which deals with the study of the disease, including all its origin, its development, its treatment, and all other things. Its functional sequencing, physiological behavior, abnormal behavior we have to consider. The pathology is nothing but the branch of science which deals with the study of diseases is called as a pathology. Pathology involves the determination of cause of the disease, that is called as etiology. Etiology means to determine the cause of the disease, main cause of disease. It is mostly important to treat the disease. As we know, if the cause of disease, then we have to go for proper remedies also, proper curing methods also. Pathology also includes the mechanism of its development, disease development, that is called as a pathogenesis. After getting infection by pathogen, the pathogen will affect on the body, and we have to record the development, what stage, that is primary stage, second stage, or third stage, we have to record. So pathology also include the mechanism of fish disease development, that is pathogenesis, the structural changes associated with the disease process, that is morphological changes occurring in the fish body, we have to study. This pathology will study with these structural changes or any abnormal changes occurring or which is associated with terms of the morphological changes with relation to the disease. Also, the pathology includes the functional consequences or changes occurring in the any blood circulatory system or nervous system, or any behavioral or physiological activity, that the functioning of the body organ of the fishes also we have to study. Now we will discuss what is the causes of diseases. As we already learned in introduction, there is an intensification of the stocking density or intensification use of the food, artificial food, chemical and antibiotics, which leads stress on the fishes, and ultimately the disease condition occurs. There are three main causes of the diseases. That is, first one is improper feeding. First cause of disease is improper feeding. Fish are not fed properly in this situation, nutritional diseases become more frequent in that condition. If our feed having no balanced diet or balanced quantity of nutrients and other minerals and vitamins and other trace elements, then these diseases occur due to the improper feeding and improper balance of the nutrient in the feed. Second one is the attack by the disease organism. Sometimes in the environment, The pathogen organisms occur like in a situation now we're facing, that is corona virus is in our environment, and we are vulnerable for this COVID-19 disease, as this source is present in the environment that affects our body or that affects our immunity, and we are vulnerable for the disease such as we are facing is a COVID-19 disease. Such any organism, maybe viruses, maybe bacteria, maybe fungal or any other pathogens which are present in the environment, which is responsible for the diseases in the fishes, either externally on the skin, on the gills, or on the fins, or internally in the blood, digestive system, nervous system, that are affected. These are the diseases occur due to the presence of the external pathogens and organisms, disease causing organism. Third cause of disease occurring is stress through the extreme or toxic conditions. The third main cause of is stress on the fishes. The stress may be due to the rough and excessive handling of the fishes while in a hatchery as well as in a farm, by transporting from one place to another place. That is, live fishes are we have to handle carefully. If we handle it roughly and excessively, more than excess, repeatedly we are handling the fishes, the fish are susceptible for the stress, and disease will be occur. It will be definitely it will be one report is death may be occur. Overcrowding. As the aim of aquaculture, we know that is intensification or talking of more density, but this overstocking, overcrowding, which leads to behavioral stresses on the fishes, and fish lead to more stress, and fish is susceptible for any disease condition. Unsuitable water condition also plays an important role. If the water quality is not favorable, that is unsuitable for the culture system or culture organisms or culture fishes, the fish may be susceptible for the diseases. Such water parameters such as water temperature, lack of dissolved oxygen, extreme pH values, that is pH value may increase high or increase low, that may affect the pH. The presence of toxic gases, sometimes the decomposition or any feeds or any decaying matter on the fish pond bottom, it's expelled while decomposition. Toxic gases such as ammonia and nitrate, and that ammonia, hydrogen sulfides may lead to a stressful condition on the fishes, and fish will be susceptible for the mortality. The fourth factor of the stress condition is toxic factors in artificial food. If you not properly store your fish food, it may be a particular changes will be occur, biochemical changes will be occur in the feed itself, and some fungal growth will be occur in the feed, and feed will be become toxic for the fishes. Some toxic material from the plant ingredient also responsible for, such as saponin from the moa oil is responsible for the death of the fishes. It directly affects on the respiration and the fish will die. Fungal toxins which are stored present in the artificial fish, stored artificial feed, which is responsible for also fish disease or any disease condition in the fishes, that is slow growth or growth may be affected or may be more susceptible for any other secondary infections. And last, the most reason is the disease may occur, that is stress may occur on the fish due to the pollution. Any pollution from the agricultural waste or industrial waste or sewage waste, heavy sealed solids may come into the culture system, and it will cause stress on the fishes, and fish lead to the disease condition. Thus, the friends, in this video will learn about what is the aquaculture, aquaculture objectives, then disease, what is disease, types of disease, that is infectious and non-infectious disease, causes of disease, and then the losses due to the disease in this video. If you like this video, please subscribe and forward. Thank you.